April 1st, 2019, I finally get to start therapy today. But first, I'm gonna do some practice. Well, I unfortunately didn't look at the radar today, and it's completely sopped in. This is a bit of a problem, but I'm gonna make the most of it. I came up here because I'm doing physical therapy actually right around the corner from Northampton. So I figure, hey, come get some practice in, go to the gym, and then do physio. But look at the radar. It's raining. It's gonna be raining all day, but that's actually okay because I've been meaning to make a video about deliberate practice for a while, and I figured, oh, maybe with physio coming up, I could do it then. And I brought the camera and everything just to film mainly physio today, but with this weather, it's actually perfect for making a video about deliberate practice. What is deliberate practice? Some of you guys may be privy to it. It's something that Dr. Anders Ericsson coined a decade or two ago, and then it was made really famous by Malcolm Gladwell in the book Outliers. And it's about the 10,000 hour principle, putting in 10,000 hours of work to become an expert in anything. But it's not just like work. It's work that stretches you, work that you actually don't like doing, work that is hard to do, but it will make you better. So for example, practicing out in the rain today with a bad arm, only being able to do certain things, this is going to be some deliberate practice for me, much like what physio will be for my arm in stretching and pushing my arm. So I'm gonna get to work a little bit and talk a little bit more about deliberate practice shortly. Okay, so this is my first example of deliberate practice, what I was talking about. Practice that stretches you, practice that's hard, practice that you need to do if you want to get better. Sure, you could say practice in the rain, that stretches you. Yes, that's conditions that you're not always gonna get and conditions that are more difficult than regular. But what you're seeing that I'm doing right now is I'm legitimately just practicing my routine, and I'm not practicing the physical side of my routine. I'm practicing my thought process. You can see I'm rehearsing a little bit of a feel because that's all I can do right now. I'm visualizing the shot I'm gonna hit, and then I'm walking over my commitment line, standing over the ball, feeling the shot, and then my last thought, I'm feeling it, seeing it, go. And then I walk away and do it over again. I just did 3, and it's kind of exhausting. But that's exactly what deliberate practice is it's practice that is arduous, practice that stretches you, practice that takes you outside of what you're comfortable with, what you like to do almost. It's one thing to come to the range and to the putting green or whatever and work on your game and work on areas that need improvement. But if you're not stretching yourself, it's gonna take a little bit longer to improve. And the thing with golf, because it is so mental, doing things that test your concentration, test your focus, test your patience, that's really going to show you improvement a lot faster than just going through routine practice. Like I've done videos about almost like a Tai Chi golf swing, a super slow golf swing to feel what you need to do and hit the ball 30 yards. That's deliberate practice. The video I uploaded earlier this week about the putting ring, putting to a smaller target, testing your patience, testing your focus, that's deliberate practice. Those are the hours that count towards the 10,000 hours. What I'm gonna be doing to my arm today, the PT is going to be stretching it beyond what is comfortable for me so that we can gain more mobility. That is an analogy to deliberate practice, stretching beyond what you're capable of doing. And if it means an outside force helping you, that's what it means. But that's deliberate practice. That's how you're going to get better at anything over an extended period of time, because it comes back down to patience. 10,000 hours is a lot of hours. I've definitely practiced that many hours in my life, but if you were to think about it, let's say this week, 5 days, if I do 2 hours of deliberate practice, A, I'll be exhausted after it. B, that's 10 hours this week. I'd need 1,000 weeks of that to become an expert. That's a long road. That's a long road to travel of tough, hard, grinding practice. I'm gonna keep practicing, go hit some putts, keep grinding on this deliberate work, because that's all I can do right now. Because when I can start golfing in a month from now, I want to be ready to completely play and completely compete. So that's what this is going to do. And then we're going to go to Physio, and maybe I'll bring the camera in there and just show you how much pain I'm going to be in. That's enough putting with my hood up. It's just been raining all day. Like it's fun, that's for sure. So got a lot of editing done. Now it's time for Physio. But I guess I'm gonna leave you with just some like further reading on deliberate practice if you want. There's a link to an article below that's a really good kind of breakdown, some pillars on deliberate practice. There's some awesome books that are out there that I really recommend you dive into if you want to learn how to basically get the most out of your ability to perform. So I said Outliers, that's linked below. Grit, I did talk about that at the end of 2018, that's linked below. There's a book called The Talent Code, which is really good. It's probably one of the best books I've ever read. Link that below. And then Anders Ericsson has a book called Peak, which I actually haven't read yet, so I've actually just ordered it because I didn't know he had published anything beyond just like academic articles, but he actually has a book out now. Maybe it's come out in the last few years. So I'm going to get into that and read that because I always want to get the most out of myself and try to improve because I'm not getting any younger, that's for sure. But you did notice in the last little kind of time lapse bit, I put a little thing down there like what was making that work deliberate. It wasn't just the hours, it wasn't just the time, the rain, it was the focus. And I was being very, not critical, but aware of what the focus was. And there's kind of 2 ways to go about it. You can kind of keep score, like a mental checklist. That's one way to really keep track of if you're doing what you want to do, or start over. Like when I was doing the putts, if I went through my physical routine, my mental routine, stood over the putt and had an extra thought, right or wrong, start over. Or when I was hitting those little wedges, which is all I can do right now, if I thought technique, start over. That's what makes your practice deliberate. That's what makes it focused, intentional, arduous, and hard. But that's how you're going to experience growth and strides in your performance. I've been wanting to make this video for so long because I'm so passionate about it. I hope I gave it justice, but I recommend some of those books if you want to learn more and interpret it for yourselves. I'm gonna go do Physio now. I'm gonna maybe bring the camera in, so the post-credit stuff may just be me wailing in Physio, but give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, hit your notification bell, and I'm gonna see you guys next week. Peace.